Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you guys doing today? It's Sunday. It's beautiful. We're going to get a little bit of a collective message. I only got one person we'll do real quick. Once again, if you like the messages, they resonate with you, go ahead and check out the comments below. You can either post a comment below and I'll add you into my next morning reading for free. I draw a couple to do for free. If you would like a personal reading done, for sure, set a donation to one of the donation links. I put 3 down there. No, I am not getting any other new damn cards. I've got Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. I'm not getting any more accounts, y'all. That's just not going to happen. I don't care enough to deal with all that. Love y'all. You can also send it to me through Facebook if you have your Facebook money stuff set up, because those are all attached in there too. You can also come on over to the Coven the Silver Cord, where we are crafting magic and weaving our reality over there. I don't sugarcoat. I do not sugarcoat. I say what comes to mind. I cuss. I am not all love and light. We do shadow work here. We do not pretend that we are perfect and that we are all love and light. This is a witch's page. What? We balance it around here. What? You cannot expect to fight the dark forces of darkness if you can't even accept your own shadow. If you can't accept the fact that some people that are proclaimed to be all love and light are some of the darkest energies out there. I'm just saying. All they're there to do is try to make people feel bad about themselves to elevate their own ego. Family, my home, collected in me. I had someone on my page the other day comment something about things like that, and they were just like, "Oh, I'm just love and light on my page." It was something along the lines of like, I want to live in a cottage out and, be, kind of feared whatever from the town. She's just like, I don't want to be feared. I don't want this, I don't want that. And just like, well, you know what? Back in the 1500s, they burned hundreds of thousands of women that weren't doing anything wrong. They were scared of them simply for having knowledge. So being love and light was not going to protect you from darkness. I don't know who needs to hear that. But trying to be all love and light all the time is going to get you trampled over. Yes. Yes, it's going to. Yes, that is an empath that has no boundaries. Right? Because that's pretty much the first lesson we learn on our way. When did you enter your villain era? And did you really enter a villain era? Or did you really just learn how to say no again? And set a boundary? I said it's like going through growing up all over again. What's one of the first words a toddler learns? No. They learn how to set their boundaries. They learn how to identify what they don't want almost more than what they learn to identify what they do want, right? Visions. Look within for answers. Your inner visions hold profound insights. Let's get a dark mirror. We'll get into the dice. 3 dark mirror. Oh, yeah. I got these 2 energies going again. We got the colorless angel over here. Like I said, somebody who is operating in a depressed energy because they are not operating in an authentic energy, right? They are colorless because they have been operating from an emotionalist point, right? This is generally usually someone who could have been very empathic at some point in their life and they turned it off and they were like, well, if everybody else is going to be manipulative and weird, then I'm just gonna go along with it so that I'm not left out of the crowd. I want to be invited to the parties too, right? I'm tired of not being invited to things and things like that. So they lower their standards, they lower their vibrations, they engage in toxic behaviors, they allow their shadow to have more power than anything else over them. They find themselves doing things that they probably in the end realize that, like, they're like, man, I would have never done that so many years ago, but now what? It's this mirrored energy here, what? No, I say the aspects of the shadow and everything else like that and integrating and using it. I do not mean taking action on this. I am very, very much against that shit witch energy. I do not believe in hexing. Not saying that I have never hexed anybody, but like I kind of grew out of that shit when I was a teenager. What are you, still in the fucking craft? They were teenagers. If you're 40 something years old still idolizing Nancy from The Craft, then you missed the whole fucking point of the movie. It irritates me to no end how many people idolize Nancy. Now, was she a badass character? Yes. Was the actress who played her phenomenal in the role? Yes. But you weren't supposed to idolize the person who destroyed themselves with their dark energy. And there's a lot of people out there in these groups actively destroying themselves with dark energy. I also don't know who else needs to hear this. I don't know if I'm going to catch a tag or get some rebounds, but bitch, if you white, stop saying you are a voodoo hoodoo practitioner, because you do not have voodoo hoodoo practitioner godparents teaching you that shit. I fucking promise you. Stop playing with shit that ain't yours. There's a big, big difference in cultural appropriation when it comes to dealing with ancestors. If those are not your ancestors, you better be careful who you're calling into your life. Because you're going to call them in and set them on someone who's actually a descendant of theirs, and you're going to fuck up. You're going to fuck around. You're going to find out really hard. Stop being in this energy. There is no reason to get revenge on anybody. I'm a firm believer in that. What? Shitty people will destroy their own lives. Shitty people will destroy their own lives. Case in point, I guarantee the people at my last job that were trying to put shit in my fucking name that wasn't my name and falsifying fucking documents, what? No, they're gonna fuck themselves. Why? Because I left before they could do their little plan. Because I'm not there now. Be like, what? Go ahead and turn in what you want. What? If I'm not there and I'm not on the payroll, what? Then you can't put me on shit anymore, can you? And if you do, what? That's just another flag for them to catch. People will fuck themselves over, I promise, right? The obsession is real. And I feel like the obsession is real between whatever these energies are here. Or people are mad. There's an obsession. Ooh, don't. Let's get some dice on that. I'm just picking up, like, the obsession is people are obsessed with them. They're not so much like that, so much that they're obsessed with each other, but people are definitely obsessed with these energies. People could want revenge on you just for fucking being you, right? Just for not engaging in the toxic behavior. I get that a lot too. Like I said, and I said, people are going to project on you. People are going to talk shit. People are going to, people going to talk about you till the day you die. It ain't what you call it, it's what you answer to. I got people around here who are just freaking shocked that I talk so much. Like, they had no idea that I talk so much because I was quiet. What were you doing? Observing y'all. Just observing y'all. What? For 3 years? Yeah, for 3 years. Why? Because y'all move fucking funny. Y'all move funny even for the 3D around here. Baby doll, go do something with yourself. That in a minute. I'm gonna put the goddess deck up. I don't use this deck too much. I know it is a beautiful deck. I would go get it. It comes with a great book. Everything else, got it from Borders. But I've had this deck since I was 19. So it is really, I really only use it for special occasions, the turning of the wheel, and like I said, somebody deep from my past that I've already read off this deck, I'll pull it back out. What do we got? Pisces on top, 8 infinity. South node though. A little bit of south node dark shadow energy going on here. I get like this infinity loop here. I get the fish with the tails tied together. What? Keep swimming in circles. Keep swimming in circles. Keep swimming in circles. What? Only dead fish go with the flow. Right? I get the energy of somebody's going back and forth on something. And it could be the energy of like someone keeps putting up boundaries, but they keep allowing their boundaries to, they, like I said, they'll go in one direction for a while, and then they'll allow somebody to break their boundaries, and then they'll go back to this bad direction, and then they just keep doing this back and forth, and it's this infinite loop. Well, I took a left here, and then I went around. Oh, I ended up in the same spot, so now I'm going to go this way. Oh, I ended up in the same spot, now I'm going to go this way. Oh, I keep ending up in the same spot. Why? Because you keep turning around, motherfucker. It's supposed to be going up. It's supposed to be going up. So next time you come around to that spot, instead of having to do the same argument over again just to get the same result, where the person only changes for 2 weeks, and then after a couple of weeks they just fall right back off into their toxic ass behaviors. If you go, you do it again, I'm done, you come around, I'm done, come around, I'm done, and you just keep cutting them off until finally, one day they're down here and you're up here, and they're just like, hey, can you come back down here? It's like, nah, man, you could have followed me at any time. At any time. One of my boys just say that all the time on here. He'd be like, what? He's like, it's like these people be like hanging out and like, we're getting labyrinth, what? The bog of eternal stench. And, oh, can you come in and help me out? I will throw you a rope. I am not climbing down into the bog of eternal stench with you, but I'll throw you a rope, but you gotta climb that shit yourself. Like, I'm not dragging you. I get the image of, like, the butterfly tied to the rock. It's like, no. No, you've been asked enough times to elevate yourself. I'm picking up a masculine energy here. Yeah. Having to walk away from it. You gotta walk away from it. The Eight of Cups is all about walking away from karmic and drama and bullshit. And that's how you get to the Nine of Cups. That's why the Nine of Cups person is sitting on their own. Right? I try to get through this with the Cups energy all the time. Everybody wants the Ten of Cups and everybody wants the Ten of Pentacles. But you have to go through all the other stages of the evolutionary process to get to them. Right? You got to go through what? The Ace of Cups, I want love. Two of Cups, I want connection. Three of Cups, friendship. Four of Cups, right? What? Missing opportunities comes right after what? The big group of friends, right? I want a soul connection. I'm going to get out more with my friends, right? Missed opportunities with the Four of Cups. Five of Cups, making you think about all the missed opportunities and things that happened in the past. Seven of Cups, I want to try something new. But be careful. You sip from every cup. That's how you get poisoned, right? Eight of Cups, what? Trying to do this has got now all my friends over here were talking about me, and that's where the Seven of Cups, Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, reaping what you sow, you know, Seven of Swords, lies, deceit, things like that. That's why the sevens are like two, you know what I'm saying? The energy is dependent on wherever your authentic energy is coming from, right? The Eight of Cups is what? Walking away from the drama, choosing to be like, okay, I looked at the Seven of Cups, and I was like, I'm gonna need to find my happiness on my own over here, which is why the Nine of Cups, you're on your own. You have to find that within yourself. What? When you find it within yourself, you attract somebody else who has it within themselves. Well, Celeste, you've been single for so many years. How could you possibly know this? Bitch, I got a better track record for long-term relationships than most of the people I know. The only person who has me beat right now is my sister and my grandmother. The only person in my age bracket that has me beat right now is my sister and my brother-in-law. So, you know, just is what it is. Six of Wands. We got a victory coming here. Star guidance. What? Star guidance. But I live in my authenticity. I speak my truth. Four of Swords. Now, I know a lot of people read this card as the rest and reciprocation. I did not learn tarot alphabet. For me, the Four of Swords is the sword of truth. What? This is the truth. These are the Three of Swords situation hanging over. This is the Three of Swords situation hanging over, trying to get you to re-engage in Three of Swords situations. This is the sword of truth. Three of Swords situations are toxic and karmic as fuck. Two's a party, three's a crowd, y'all. Twin flames don't have multiple twin flames. Like you do, but you don't. Like you can go through the twin flame journey and understand that we are all fractal ass beings. So there is multiple variations of you that exist at this exact time, which means if you're on the twin flame road, there's multiple variations of your twin that exist at the same time. We call these people karmics when we don't line up with them. That's why they're so able to influence you and get you tricked into thinking that you're in a toxic relationship. But I promise you, if someone is truly, genuinely meant for you, they will only have eyes for you. And it won't matter how you work. Like, it's that whole beauty is in the eye of the beholder thing. I had this old toxic-ass, narcissistic fucking fart worked in the damn music industry, and he always would like to say the Pretty Woman song. And he was just like, yeah, I met someone who knew the guy who wrote the Pretty Woman song, and if you ever saw his wife, you'd have never said that song was about her. And I'm like, you're fucking 82 dying alone. You're mad at somebody else because they love their wife and wrote it's just, people are just gross. It just grosses me out. Ace of Cups, the Fool, the Tower. You gotta walk away from these energies. Someone's walking away from the energy. Seriously, somebody is walking away. This is what I'm picking up. They're walking away from this crumbling ass tower and this toxic ass fucking karmic that's in it. They're walking away. This fake ass karmic. And they're moving towards a more genuine energy. Again, someone tried to steal somebody else's crown. That is getting it knocked off her head. Be like, you talking about you a queen? You're not a queen. Queens don't go out trying to knock down other queens. Queens raise other queens up. Just point blank. Period. Bitch, you is too fucking beautiful, too fucking pretty with that shiny ass light to be allowing these people to be playing in your energy all the time. Get her, I'll teach you a lesson. But see, you shouldn't have to, that's my whole point. Like, I love that song, that's cute, that's funny, little home wrecker song. I just like little talk shit songs. I like Cheater too. But, in the end, it's like, yeah, no, the person that's meant for you is not gonna fucking make you second guess yourself. They're not gonna be hitting on other people. They're not gonna be trying to make you jealous all the time. They're not gonna, be passive aggressive. Like, I distinctly remember one time being in a Dollar General with one of my boyfriends, and it's like, this bitch wouldn't let me use the car to get a fucking job, right? And I wanted to get a job. I was like, I'm willing to work at the Dollar General. It was a really tiny town. That was the closest thing. I was like, I'll start out there and, do this and this, blah, 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 blah. And he wouldn't let me get the job. We go to Dollar General one day. They hired a new cashier. And she must have been someone they never seen before because they're like, oh. And he looked at me and goes, oh, I guess you're not the only new girl in town now. And I'm just like, why are you saying this? Even the woman behind me just, kind of was like, huh? Like, the wild, disrespectful way he said the shit had not only the cashier and me looking like we was both fucking crazy. Like, we both looked at each other like, did this motherfucker just say that? The girl behind me was like, oh my God, did he really just say that? Like, some of these people are just completely fucking oblivious to how absolutely ridiculously fucking toxic they are. I get the energy in this sense. Whoever this is that's being knocked, they're well aware of how toxic they are. They are well aware of how toxic they are. And they're going to get caught. And they're going to get, that's what I was saying before, they're going to get caught. It's like, what, they played too much, and their plan required this person, this energy, they required you to stay in it. They were playing too fucking much, and there was all kinds of cracks and everything in their foundation, and they were like, trying to spackle it over and trying to hide all these cracks and breaks and everything else and the messed up in their foundations. And then when it comes down to the end of it, It's like what? They required this person to keep playing the fool. They required this person to pretend like they didn't see what was going on. They required this person to stick around, and this person walked away, which is why they're all in a tower now, right? Somebody is moving towards a Ten of Cups. They're moving towards a Queen of Cups. Didn't I see the King of Cups earlier? They're moving towards a Queen of Cups. Page of Swords. This person's having a really hard time finding the words, finding balance. Five of Cups, worried about past rejections. Nine of Wands, still a little defensive energy here. Four of Wands. Yeah, well, you know what? A lot of people are like, that door was closed. Did you try the knob? Did you even see if it was locked? Well, I pushed it and it didn't open. Try pulling it. World's getting ready to open up. What's going on the 40? We're going to do a 3D 40. Friday, I want to. Alright, I got a harvest coming in. Flight's getting ready to take place. Waves are being made. Secrets, communications about secrets, romances, and intuition coming into play. People cannot deny what they see anymore in this situation. This is the outside perspective. This is the 40. This is a little bit higher perspective here. This is where everybody's intertwined in that mental space above us, right? This is the 40 where you can connect into the 5D Akashic Records. You got to go through the 4D first. Anybody's talking about they're on the 12D, it's out of their goddamn mind. That's not how dimensions work, but it's okay. You know, an ant lives in a 2D world. They can't fathom what a 4D perspective is. So we live in a 3D world, but we're 4D beings living in a 3D world. Yeah, I'm going to stop there because I don't want to confuse people that don't understand that. That's a more in-depth conversation for over in the court if you guys want me to go over there. Maybe I'll do a video for over there explaining all that again. Maybe I can get Leo on here to help me explain that a little bit. People be blowing my mind sometimes. You're like, what? What are you talking about? Be like, what? Oh, you think that's cool? You can relate to the 5D? I've been to the 12D. Bye, ego. Bye. Have fun with yourselves. King of Pentacles here. Wheel of Fortune again. Doorways are definitely opening. Locks being cracked. Ace of Wands. Someone's passionate on it. They're working on it. I get the energy of, like, someone trying to figure out a lock. Like, they're like, get the high school thing, right? Imagine you're starting a new school, you're starting a new high school, right? They give you your locker, they give you your locker combination. You go to your locker and you're just like trying the locker combination. You're trying the locker combination. Jiggle, jiggle. No, it's not working. Locker combination. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Your locker combination. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. You get it open, right? All right. So you get some of your books in there. You get some of your books out, right? You go to class. Lunchtime comes. You go to try to can't get your locker open to get your books, and eventually you gotta like walk away from it for a while, right? This person's having they're having to rework on things. It's like, I understand the precipice or the premises of what you're talking about, but it's like every time I get close, sometimes I can get it to work, and then sometimes I can't get it to work. Someone feels like this is unfair. To the West Coast. Alright, they got a bit of an oppressive energy here. Trying to... See, I got this Valor card. How do I get through to somebody? Well, lying is definitely not the answer. You can't get through to this person because this person's very defensive about their morals and their valor. And I keep saying valor because it's on the card, right? Right, this person, whoever this person is, it's like the locker combination, like they're trying to get through to them. It's like, well, you know, the reason you can't get through to them is this person, what? Like, it's just like, what? They're like, no, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of fighting. I get, that's the energy. It's like, what? I'm exhausted from fighting. And that's this kind of energy that this person's putting out. They're like, I'm not going to fight for you. I'm not going to fight anybody for you, right? To get to this energy, you got to find somebody who's willing to fight with you against the world. It is not the it's not you against your partner, and people do this all the time. It's like yes, stand-up comics are funny and stuff like that. Do you really think they treat their wives like that and they're mean to their wives like that and they really feel like that? No, that's satire. It's comedy, people, right? You gotta find it endearing, right? It's like Three of Wands here, right? I get balancing, learning how to juggle these energies that are coming through. But yeah, it's not you guys. You're supposed to come together in a union. You're not supposed to be fighting each other. But people tend to keep coming together in this energy where they keep they keep wanting to fight. Like, that's all they want to do. They just want to argue. They want to bicker. They want to get you to change your mindset. You would be perfect. I know the universe is calling to you, and I know it's calling to me, and I think we would be great together if you would just change everything about the way you think and process information and see things strictly my way. We would be perfect. No, motherfucker, bounce the fuck off. No, bounce off. You're not changing my mind on things. If I'm sitting here telling you I think that's toxic, I think that's toxic. And there's no amount of arguing with me and everything else. No, like I said, even if it was like the middle of the 70s, in the middle of the free spirit, free love, everybody screwing each other movement again, I would still be the one sitting off in the side going, I don't know, I'd rather live in a cabin by myself than in a community of people being this fucking raunchy. It just is what it is. You're not going to change my mindset on that. I don't believe in that. No man is going to convince me that a man should be like a lion and have a pride, and, like a man can have multiple women, but women can't have multiple men. The oldest culture in Eurasia that they found is a matriarchal community where the females have multiple husbands because it just made more sense, right? For them. Made more sense for them to do it that way. Why? Because it made more sense that if one woman was going to have 5, 6, 7 fucking kids to keep the population going, one, not only does it diversify the genetics, it also that gives them 3 fathers to support the 7 kids instead of one man trying to support multiple women with multiple children. Make it make sense. What makes actual sense here? People are so weird. They're like, but lions, but wolves, but this. Are we animals? Or are we supposed to be fucking enlightened beings? I know. Sometimes I think the animals are smarter. I'll be right back. Let me go let Mama in. I don't know. Prince of Pentacles. Yeah, here's a positive masculine energy for you. He moves slow, he moves deliberate, he's stubborn in his own beliefs and rights and things like that too, but his morals and everything else are centered. That's why he draws things. That's why things chase him rather than him chasing certain things. He knows what's meant to him will be drawn to him. Right? And if there's something that he wants that he's goal-oriented towards, he will get to know them. I've said this to people before, too. It's like, if I'm genuinely interested in you, I'm going to stalk you a little bit. I was talking to Luna about this, right? And ladies, if you're with me on this, right? It's like, I'm going to have to stalk you a little bit. I'm going to go and I'm going to see who you follow. I'm going to check your multiple social media pages and I'm going to see who you follow. And if you don't follow, guys follow females online. We're not stupid, right? We know that your Instagram is really your spank bank, right? Stuff like that. I'm going to go check. I'm going to see what you look at on Instagram. I don't know if you guys know that shit's public or not, but yeah, we can see everybody you follow. So I can go into your follow list and see the kind of females you follow. And if all I see in your fucking Instagram and on your Facebook and all the things that you follow is itty bitty twiggy females, no, I'm not going to date you. Why? Because I'm not itty bitty twiggy female, and clearly that's what you like, so that's what I'm going to be worried about all the time. Why are you with me if that's what you're interested in? I pay attention to these things, and a lot of us do. And I think a lot of dudes don't realize that. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I get it that you guys are like so detached from intuition sometimes that you really get this main character energy that like you assume. I don't know what you guys assume, but let that go for a little bit. I feel a little too ranty this morning. Strength, the moon. There's still a lot to be revealed here. Things are moving a little slow at the moment, at this very second. Still get that star guidance, though. It is, divine timing is very much at play. Get the 5D on this. Getting that pickup. Really do. Pay attention to your visions. They hold profound insights. I gotta get a lower table because I feel like I sit like this all the time on here and it's like making my neck feel weird. I end up walking around with my weights after this, just swinging them just to pull my arms back down. I know who needs to hear this, but relax your shoulders, pull them away from your ears, take your tongue off the roof of your mouth. Calm down. I didn't check over on my YouTube for comments for readings. It's alright. I'll do a separate video for them later. Seven of Pentacles. Someone is drawing in something they've been working on manifesting for probably longer than you think. Alright, now I'm going to get into this because I did get into this the other day with a friend and I was talking about manifestations and I was talking about this notebooks that we had made when we were younger and I was like, just so you know, those notebooks were pretty much vision boards, right? Ooh. So now when this card dropped, it pulled the romance rune down. So we got these two. And I was telling her when I was little, my grandparents were old school and they lived in New York and they would never turn on the air conditioner. And anyway, the room I was in used to be a den and it had the air conditioner in it. And I was on the top bunk and the air conditioner just happened to line up with my bed. And since we didn't use it, I kind of used it as a shelf and had this little drop down thing. And inside this thing was a space where the knobs were that you could put, you know, set the air conditioner. But since we never turned it on, I put like little pictures in there. And, you know, and it was a little bitty house on a little piece of property on a hill. And it was like a woman in a really nice living room. And there was like, you know, one boy and like a younger girl. And it's like, I could picture the whole scene in my head. And I laugh. Because right now I'm in a little house on the top of the hill. Got 2 acres of, you know, yard around me. I got woods around me, and I've got a boy, and I've got a girl. I got everything that was in that little window, right? And I made that little window when I was like 10, 11 years old, you know. Well, maybe a little older, more like 13, 14, but still, right? I didn't even know what a vision board really was. I just was cutting out things I liked from it. I was collaging. It was big for me when I was little. So this is something deeply someone's been manifesting for a very long time. 3 of Cups, there's energies, like I said, divine connection is coming in here. I got almost like the Pleiades, the 7 sisters. There's a feminine energy around this whole situation that's like helping the collective manifestation of it. Like we get big into like, it's kind of like, you know, the 5D is like the dudes that are like running the avatars, and it's like World of Warcraft and this, that, and the other thing. That's not how the ladies are playing, right? That's not how the ladies play. It's different. There's this master manifester energy that these ones are doing here. They might have been watching this masculine for a long time. They see this Empress coming in. They see that he wants this Empress, and they're trying to help him get this one specific Empress. I get this person probably has a habit for making bad decisions, right? Cheat codes, easy for the game, the kind of person that's like, you know, if they get aggravated in a video game, like if they're losing a wrestling match or a fight in a video game, they'll turn off the video game and restart it so that match doesn't save. That kind of fucking energy. Does that make sense to somebody? Oh, that's specific. I don't like speaking gamer. Not, don't get me wrong, I love gamers. I love anybody who really has a hobby as long as it's not so toxic that it's like affecting your life. If you can't hold a job because you're more interested in playing a Call of Duty tournament, like if you're taking days off of work to do that shit and you're not making money or something on it on the internet, like if you're not in a Twitch group that's getting paid to do that, like what are you doing? You know, if you're skipping family outings and barbecues and stuff like that to play video games, that's a problem. But I know most of my book girlies love a good gamer dude. If he's not a book dude, then gamers are great. Why? Because they'll sit there and play video games on one side of the couch, and you can be on the other side of the couch reading your book, right? You'd be in the same room having fun doing different things. Got Eight of Wands. Someone's worried about, see, there's this toxic pull here. Eight of Wands. Someone wants to move away from an energy because they feel like it's toxic. They feel like they would be better on their own. Someone tried to use devilish manipulation tactics to pull them back in. What? Didn't work. Now someone feels stupid. I want you to know I'll be there. Oh, I love this guy. This is Second Chance. I'm going someplace like that today. Them girls promised me last night. They told me they were going to take me to the pool. I didn't even want to go to the Anna pool, but they're talking about going to the creeks and stuff today. So we going out today. I'm going to get into some living water before I dehydrate and die. I can't take it, man. I hate landlocked states. I've never lived 30 minutes from the beach in my life. I'm dying over here in the Midwest. I'm going to Virginia this summer, though. I am. I'm going to Virginia. I'm getting my feet in some water. People are like, why don't you want to go to Florida? Because it's hot in Florida. Jesus. My sister one time asked me, she said, you want to go to the Jacksonville Zoo in August? No. That sounds horrible. Who wants to go to the Jacksonville Zoo in August? I don't even think the animals are outside in August. Out of your mind. Temperance, balance. Trying to plant a seed. This person's having to see things from a new perspective. They're learning new perspectives, very much so, right? There's definitely an energy of this person's being pulled back, right? There's people in their energy. There's crabs in the bucket that are like, no, what? No, if you change, then we gotta change. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that when someone from their friend group elevates. And you'll see that all the time. It's just like when people make it, when people get wealthy, when people elevate themselves, it'll become this whole damn thing, like where people around them, oh, you've changed since, like, you think you're better than us now. It's like, no, you think I'm better than you now. And it's hurting your feelings because you could have done everything I've done. You could have done everything I've done to better yourself, to elevate yourself, to enlighten yourself, to do whatever, right? Nobody's stopping you from manifesting your dreams but you. It's point blank, period. No one's stopping you from manifesting your dreams but you. So if you've been a crab in a bucket your whole life, you've got to realize how you got stuck in that bucket. And stop listening to the other crabs and allowing them to pull you back down. You look fucking silly. Someone's planning to make a move here. They're moving and get in the shadows, right? They're trying to calculate a fool's leap. That's not really how leaps of faith work. But they want to map something out. A trip, a plan, something. They feel a strong connection here. Knight of Wands energy. This Knight of Wands wants to change. They want to be the Emperor. To the Empress. That their energy that they've been pulling on here. They see the world in them. They see them alone, but like a shining light. I almost get like almost like that she's like a lighthouse over there, right? Lighthouse over there. But there's a lighthouse over there. Why picking up this Navy frequency. Okay, so there was like this U.S. military frequency that was going viral there for a while, and it was just like, these guys jump on the radio and they were talking to a Navy vessel, and they're just like, "Hi, yeah, we're just saying that we're at this location in this spot and this degree, and you're trajected directly at us. Imminent collision, unavoidable. Please adjust your course." And then the military people get on there just like, "We're the USS Destroyer, blah, 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 blah. We're traveling with the fleet of this, that, and the other things. We got so many sailors. We got all da 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 da. We suggest that you adjust your course to avoid us." And then the guy gets back on the radio and he's like, "Well, I'm in the lighthouse, sitting here with my dog and a 6-pack of beer. So I seriously suggest you adjust your course right now before you crash into the rocks." Because this dude's like sitting there, he's just like, "I'm just working the lighthouse. I'm just trying to keep you from crashing in to this peninsula sticking out." And you're just like, "No, you adjust your course." And this is like, "Well, I'm just sitting here with my dogs and a 6-pack of beer on dry land in a lighthouse. But sure, go ahead and crash your entire little fleet." And they're like, and like I said, it was funny as shit. You gotta look it up. But yeah. And then people get on, the Navy guy gets on the radio and they're like, "Adjusting course, 3 degrees, da 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 da." Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, maybe you need to adjust your course. Alright, York. York was the only person who commented yesterday, so I'm going to give him a quick little reading. We're going to get you dice and everything. What do we got? I still got some North Node energy here. 6 energy, Taurus. There's a bunch of stuff you don't know. Shout out to the 143 on this. That's on there. And I talk about, ladies, I talk about there's good guys out there all the time. York's a good guy. Lives in Maine. He's been in my groups for a long, long time. Right? And he tries, he keeps running into these toxic ass females, right? And it's like, what? It's so horrible to watch a good dude just get fucking played, man. Y'all suck sometimes. I'm not saying that, I'm not a huge, super duper heavy duty feminist. My guys out there know me. No, I'm not like that. What's this North Node or South Node energy you got going on here? I got a lot of stubborn energy coming off this. Taurus, Leo, and Aries. Those are the most stubborn, hot-headed signs there. Gemini on the other. What you got going on? 5. What conflicts you got going on? Good Lord, dude. What do you got going on? Artificial heart. Did you go mechanical? Are you on autopilot right now? Rainbows. Come after the storm. Vulnerability. Need to be vulnerable. I know you don't want to. I know you don't like to. But every time I do that, what? Shit fucking hits the fan. I know. Ridiculous. Give a shout out to all my guys over there in the Coven of Silver Cord, all my divine masculines, my little sweethearts all over the damn planet. We got Matt. What we got? We got Matt. We got York. Got Leo. Got Skaggs. Got, who else we got? Hawkeye. Coil. Check out Orion Rising, guys, too, right? Check out Orion Rising, right? I get on Leo and I give him a hard time sometimes, and he can definitely rub feminine energies the wrong way. Some of his political views I wish he would keep out of his stuff, because, I think that causes some tension. But in general, if you're into, Ancient Aliens, the Book of Ra, all that cool shit, the man is, I'm not gonna knock his degrees and shit like that, but he knows his shit, right? I talk some shit about someone who, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a Merlin. I know all the like. I'm not knocking the fact that the man knows his shit. He does. The problem is he does have some of that male ambition, ego energy that can kind of mess things up sometimes. But go check him out over there. That's where some of them guys are hanging out too. So, you know. And they're all over. Don't tell me they're not all over, ladies. They are in the UK. They are in Scotland. They are in Australia. Like I said, they are in Maine. They're all over the place. They're out there. I'm looking for them. There's got to be one within an hour of my goddamn house. So I'm not doing long distance shit anymore. If the universe wants you to be here, you'll be here. Tsunami wake up call coming for you, hon. There really is an energy of being vulnerable. That iceberg. There's just not enough. It's that whole energy of only seeing the 10%, only showing the 10%. And I don't know where this came from either, because I deal with this a lot with talking to people. Like I said, I've been trying dating apps and things like that, and I've been dealing with this a lot, where it's like guys are doing this thing where they're like trying to get the female to talk, trying to get them to talk, and trying to get them to talk, and it's like you guys all watched 40-Year-Old Virgin and took it too damn far with the shit. And it's like, I've had dudes get weird to me, and like we'll be having a conversation, and I'm desperately trying to get to know them. I'm just like, you know, well, I don't like to use the word desperate, but you know what I'm saying? You're like trying to draw something. Can I learn something other from you other than the car you drive? Okay, great. You have a boat. Okay. You have a motorcycle. Okay. And then I'll be like, well, you know, do you know your zodiac sign or your birthday? Oh, that's personal information. Oh, well, okay. Well, do you go to church or anything else like that? Well, I'm not going to talk about my spiritual beliefs with you. And it's just like, everybody's keeping shit too superficial. What? And that's just really what it is. If somebody can't open up and genuinely be, and I don't know if you're dealing with this too with the feminines on your side, but if people can't open up and genuinely be vulnerable with each other, then what's the fucking point, right? What's the point? I don't want 10%. You can't swim in a puddle. Bitch, if you're a deep person, you a deep person, baby. That's all there is to it. It's like, what? I'm a deep person, you need a deep person. That's all there is to it. You can't, you know, and you're not going to get off the dating apps. You're not going to find them in a puddle park. Yeah, you're not going to find, nice. But you're on there. Yeah, I know. If I'm stupid and bored. That's all that is to it. What is just entertaining myself. Oh, that's not probably not about that. I got all these dudes sending me pictures of boats and motorcycles and cars and everything else like that. What they haven't done is had the balls to actually out front and just ask me out. Not a single one of them. Actually talking to me, actually within an hour of me, sending me all these pictures of all this bullshit, but never actually like, you know, you want me to come pick you up, you want to go out, none of them want to plan a date. And if they do, they want to come at like 10 o'clock at night. It's like, no, I'm not fucking you because you have a nice car. Go away. Don't play that game. Find someone who can be shallow and actually have a goddamn conversation. Because that's what you need. You need someone who can hold a damn conversation. And you know what? You got to stay away from those people who are going to pull you back into those toxic habits. If you have to have the toxic habit in order to feel that connection, that's not the connection, right? And a lot of people get messed up with that in relationships. What? You think you love a person. You don't really love that person. You love the things you did with that person. Does that make sense? Right? It's just like, that's drug addicts. Drug addicts are like, why do you stay with the drug addict? You love him so much. No, you're not addicted to that person. You're addicted to the fact that you do drugs with that person. It's an artificially created 5D energy. It's not real. There's a bit of dropping defenses, finding a balance here of a way of staying strong but being authentic. Keep working on your skills. I don't know why I'm picturing that log that you made that one time with the, I want to say, you know what I'm talking about, with the design on it. The altar. Where's your altar? What'd you do with that? Do you still have it? You were supposed to send me some wood at one point. You had a whole bunch of those, like, cut slabs. Anyway. Yeah. You need to find your altar. Got to tap into a little bit of that feminine side energy. There's a lot of feminine energy coming here, but like there's that recuperation, finding the truth in recuperation, and elevating your own energy again here. You're in a bit of a dip, but it's right there. You've had it before. It's right there. I don't know who you're dealing with over here. I got messages here. Right? A message. I'm going to show this. If I can get this up here. Now remember, when I'm reading it this way to this way. So I got the message. I got a reversed toxic Queen of Pentacles here. Right? Devil connections here. Right? Bounding you up. I get passive aggressive, making you look at yourself weird in the mirror. You need to find balance. And that is temperance. What? The temperance is actually, if you look up the definition, let me look it up. I'm going to look it up for you right now. And you probably know because you've watched enough of my damn videos, but just so people know that I'm not making this up. Temperance means habitual moderation, self-control, and voluntary restraints in action, thoughts, and feelings. It is the practice of avoiding extremes, especially regarding natural appetites and passions. It is frequently used to describe the moderation or total abstinence from alcoholic beverages. There's no secrets in the cord, baby. There's no secrets. Be careful what you're manifesting. I really, really got a strong energy. You need to get that altar back up. You need to recuperate. You need to get that, right? We got that. People are pulling you back in. I get party goblin energy. Someone's trying to pull you back into a toxic thing, right? They've broke down your defenses. Time to get passionate about yourself. Time to focus on yourself. That's the only way you're going to open that doorway. Sipping from every cup is how you get poisoned, darling. You got to elevate your own energy. All right, I'm going to let you go. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. If this resonated with you, please like, share, do all that fun online stuff. I shouldn't have to say it for you guys to know it. Like people talk about, it's like you can get like 1,000,001 views and nobody ever likes, shares, comments, does any of that shit, right? Like nobody engages, nobody interacts. You see it on YouTube constantly. You can have these creators, right, that you watch and you realize you've been watching this creator for years and you never even subscribe to their channel, right? Too many of us are walking through this world not supporting those that we use the free energy that they're putting out to elevate ourselves. We're using their knowledge to elevate ourselves. We're using their whatever creative energies to entertain ourselves and uplift ourselves and like, you know what I'm saying? All these things, but you're not subscribing, you're not liking, you're not sharing, and you're not helping any of them. Think about that. That's just out there for the whole collective. Think about that. Think about if you're one of those people who's like, you're doing all this stuff, you're doom scrolling, you're doing all these things, but you're not putting any energy out. You're just taking. Time to start putting something out there, y'all. I love y'all. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love you. I'm going to be back as soon as I can. And please don't forget, make sure you're putting out them likes in real life too. Hand out some compliments, be kind, show some love, right? And support for everybody in your life that inspires you in any type of way. I'm back as soon as I can, I promise.